Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of God of War. And
go ahead and lock in Jotunheim and we'll be on our way. Probably.
and as Mimir says, quite rightly, we're going to try and get to Jotunheim again. And maybe it'll actually work this time. Here goes nothing. Now we need to put Mimir's head on the
Boy, ahead. Get ready.
Oh, right. Got it. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Oh, hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about it.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine. Ready?
Oh, that's unpleasant!
Now, boy.
ah. Oh.
We must be close.
Well,
Oh, it's all shiny and gold.
think it's far?
We will see.
A word, please, before we continue.
Uh-huh.
Listen, the last thing you two need up there's a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight...
lady sips soft, perfect sloshers. You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Ah, fine, damn it. Fine.
Watch the head till we return.
I can do this. No, I can't.
Okay.
Ready. Come.
Come. Okay. So
I have plans for you.
So this is different to the others because it's a different kind of entry. Jotunheim, land of the giants. It is very pretty. And very bright. Very bright. Oh. Ah, there we go.
Look! We're on the giant's fingers. I can see the highest peak ahead. Right over there. We did it.
Not yet, we didn't.
We did.
I still think there's some kind of revelation here yet.
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Boy,
He's going to give the ashes, isn't he? Give him the ashes.
carry
Ooh. That made me feel a bit weird looking at that. Okay. Yes, I still think there are...
Boy.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
Yeah. There's more to this yet.
Hello? Anybody here?
What is this place?
They must have all come through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them.
Why carve all these faces?
What if this is all the giants that got out of Midgard alive? Not really many at all. Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
The dream of Midgard. Midgard was a dream of what could be if we shared and collaborated. Jotnar, Aesir, Vanir, elf, dwarf, and mortals most of all. It was beautiful, but not everyone is capable of sharing. Some believe anything uncontrolled is savage and threatening, and so we were mocked and tricked and used and then slaughtered. Odin and his tribe were barred from our realm, but it was not enough. The wrath of Thor and his terrible hammer have thinned our number in Midgard to the brink of ruin. There is no option but to withdraw while yet any live to do so. Odin and Thor would have killed all the giants if they could, and they got away with everything.
Huh. Who's the Guardian?
The Guardian? I don't know. We foresee Midgard's fate, overrun a second hell. Neither Odin nor his dead may reach Jotunheim. The ways must be shut. The serpent and the Guardian remained. They alone shall keep our hope. When doom befalls the indestructible, only then shall the Guardian return. Until then, we await a better world, one without fear, without greed, without war. We wait for deliverance and justice. We wait for a champion. We will wait for word that gods grow good. This is going to be Atreus. Atreus is going to be the new Guardian. Faye
I should feel them, but I don't.
was a giant.
This place is dead.
Making a
What
prediction.
Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered and two more take its place.
Yeah, Atreus is going to be the Guardian. Kratos is going to have to leave him behind. So it's not just the fact that he's half god. Maybe he's half god and half giant as well.
Father! Something's happening.
There she is. Wait, is that her name above the head? That's...
Mother. Look,
Oh.
she's arguing
Oh!
with a bunch of giants.
Oh shit, does this mean...
New giants?
Hold on. Faye.
That's us.
Whoa.
First time we met the world serpent.
What the...
But how?
Huh.
And our fight with Baldur.
How the...
But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain,
Ooh,
the
ooh.
stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No,
No, this is
this
yours.
is your story.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, this is clever.
what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant.
And not just any giant, if I'm reading those runes correctly, which I may well not be. But
Why didn't you tell us?
let's see.
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along.
Oh, of course.
There's only ashes.
Because he never mentions that Kratos is a god.
Plan for us.
He just said,
Trust it.
I think that I thought you'd be bigger or so much more
Besides,
enlightened, was it? Something like that. Like
hasn't
the
been here
giants.
Come on.
Oh, that's so clever.
We're so close to the end now.
What's behind?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oh, what the hell's that? Is that a spirit or is it just incomplete? Either way, it looks suspiciously like Kratos dead. Looks like we're coming up to the end of the story of the game.
Look, it's Mother's. She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us,
Oh,
Watching
her
over us.
handprint.
leading us home. Let's finish it.
Leading you home, I think. Kratos can't go home. His home is very much gone. Oh, that's pretty. It's barren, but it's pretty. So is she responsible for all of these runes there? Oh. Oh. Well, that's what's happened to all the giants then. Oh, man. A beautiful view, but marred by corpses. All of them dead. Oh, man.
Father,
No comment on them, though.
We do it together,
Aw.
son.
Oh. Is that the first time he's called him son? No. Yes? No. Maybe. Don't know. Can't remember. Is this going to bring life back to the giants? That would be a cool twist. No, it's Oh, that music. Yeah, bringing all the giants back would cause hell of a problems. Although, if my suspicions are correct, I wonder if it's going to tell us. Or if it's just going to leave us hanging. I bet there are people already pausing the game or YouTube videos trying to work out all those runes. I've been trying not to read them too much as I go through the game because my
I love you, Mom. The giants.
because my runes are terribly rusty.
They really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
I don't know about that. There's you.
Come.
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand.
What's that? Is
My name on
it?
the wall.
Yeah. Give it to me.
The giants called me Loki?
Aha. Oh, that is clever.
That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born.
Aha.
Must have called you that to her people.
Because, of course, he's part giant.
But why?
And that explains why there's been zero mention
Question for another day.
of Loki throughout the game at all. Conspicuous in his absence. Does confirm my somewhat scrappy reading of the runes, though. I've been trying for almost the entire game to figure out what Fae must be a reference to, and it's only having now seen those runes in this temple.
Why she want to end up here? Be with her kind?
Because Laufey,
It was gonna be like this.
in the Marvel movies, Laufey is the king of the Frost Giants, but in the original story, Laufey is Loki's mother,
Do not know.
So what should we do?
and his father is Fabuti. That was it. I've almost certainly butchered the pronunciations of that. Fabauti. Something along those lines.
Why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
A great
Spartan.
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death.
Lots
Life
and
was
lots
grim,
of death.
And we greeted it grimly. But
Bimley.
Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us.
I don't know if
He wore a
Atreus of
smile
Sparta
even in the worst of times.
is a real
He was
person.
happy. He inspired us to hope that though we
I'll have to go and look
were
that up.
shaped in war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life,
And that ties into this idea of
his
gods
sacrifice
becoming
saved
good,
countless others
I
and turned
guess.
the tide in our favor. I carried him
Oh.
on his shield and buried him with all the honors.
So Atreus is like
Memory was a comfort
Hope.
in dark times.
Wow, you actually told me. Lemire missed it.
cruel but accurate. Oh my god, my eyes are so bright. Ah. Ooh. Everything's shiny. Ooh. Creaking as well. Oh, this music though.
I bet there's still some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free.
Yeah, just a couple.
Maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here, too. I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Well, there's a question.
That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
Yeah. It paved the way for a very clever and interesting reveal. Is that? Yes, it is. What the?
I've reached my limit for dwarven charm.
What happened?
What have they
man?
done?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about
The
the,
weather?
warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
Measurements of what? Are they going to make him a body or measurements of the weather? Explore with Atreus. Continue exploring. Complete dwarven favours. Free dragons. Travel to Muspelheim and Niflheim. Find new items in the shop to get powerful equipment that will allow you to defeat all legendary corrupted Valkyries. Locations of all have been revealed on your map. Let's have a look, see. Have they? What am I doing? Entrances, fights. Troll? What? Realm tears. Yeah, I've got to go and do that. Ah! Ah, yes, they've got their own separate... Ah. Well, that's handy. Although I think we'd found most of them anyway. That does make things easier, though. Warm. Yeah, let's go home.
Before we return to Midgard, I should warn you. More time has passed than you once realized. The snowfall that began when you slew Balder has become something.
Oh yeah, because those were his last words, or his last word, wasn't it? Snow.
Not just any winter, but a great winter
Oh.
that span 3 summers.
Fimbulwinter.
And when it's done, Ragnarok.
The onset of Ragnarok. Yeah.
Aye.
Oh dear.
Snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. And
That's not good.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more
Oh.
winters at least. You've changed something.
Oh dear.
Prophecy didn't count on you.
Oh, of course it wouldn't, would it? Because Kratos has killed the Greek fates, so he's been unchained from fate, and therefore he can change it, which is why he keeps going on about fate being a lie.
I'm telling you, it's Fimbulwinter.
Yeah, see,
I
Fimbulwinter.
can feel it in my scrot. This
Oh,
is the
God.
big one.
That's an image I didn't need.
Making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow, and you know it. It's the end times.
The end times. Don't you dare make me the voice of reason.
Bit of a cold snap lately.
A little bit, yeah.
This is Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys.
Fimbulwinter.
To end all winters. I can feel it in my
Snap.
Yeah,
Oh God,
we heard.
we totally did.
You're heading home. Try to keep moving, and also to not die.
Or if
That's
you're not
that's
heading
a good plan.
home, same advice.
Always good advice.
So much for peace,
Wonderful.
boy.
Oh dear. Braces of the World Serpent. What? When did we get those? I have no idea. Ooh. So there are things that we can buy. Activate to temporarily power the Leviathan axe with a small explosion of frost damage on every hit. That looks pretty good. We'll have that. Try that out. And some stuff for the blades. Icarus Storm. Whee! Rage of the Titans. Spin, spin, spin to win. Ooh. They're quite expensive though. Ooh. 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 We got that in a chest in Niflheim, didn't we? Ah. So where do we get? Oh, Muspelheim.
Right.
We've got to go and do
Look.
the
Now you're talking.
arenas. Brilliant. Well, let's get that upgraded.
Splitting heads.
Trophy earned. Worthy. That'll just be the one fully upgrading the axe, I imagine. So we'll have to go and do those arenas. Although, to be fair, with our extra power, they might not be quite so hard now. Anything else?
least we
Sell
got
that
that taken
artifact. Oh. Lost items. Where did we
See you next,
lose
where's I see you.
those? No idea. Right. Let's just take a quick look outside, see what's changed. Ooh! Snow. They weren't joking. It is snowing, and everything's ever so slightly more, I don't know, cold, blue. Where's Jormungandr gone? I know we had the big fight with Thamur, the stonemason, but has he just gone for good? Yeah. Because he's normally around here. Yeah, he's gone. They've changed the world again. Man. Have they changed Thamur as well? That's really cool. Really impressive game and level and world design this has been. Man. That is super, super cool. Bet the horn doesn't work now. Right, well. That is it. That is the end of the story, at least, of God of War. God of War 4. Revelations abound. Atreus is Loki, the trickster, son of Laufey and Fabauti. I might have to go and do a bit of research now into Loki and figure out if there are any other bits and pieces of that story that I've forgotten. Loki's definitely an interesting character in myth. There's a lot of different stories with Loki, and he's neither good nor evil until kind of the end when he sides with the Frost Giants. One of the key things that I remember about Loki is that he is Hel's father. So this is kind of playing fast and loose with the mythology because, of course, Hel or Helheim already exists. So how have they played with that? Fast and loose. Doesn't really matter that it doesn't necessarily make any sense with the original myths. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of details that they've changed, and that's fine. It throws people like me that know the stories quite well, throws them off. Yeah. What a good game. Okay, so just to round this off, they said that we should go home, so let's go see if there is anything new at home.
Oh man, the tower ate the Unity Stone, didn't it? I wanted to fly again.
Yes, that's a terrible pity.
Oh, Mimir, you fibber. He's still got his two glowy eyes.
Here.
Yes, Father.
Is it just me, or is it ever so slightly a colder blue here? I think it might just be me, actually. Okay, home. Home, Jeeves.
We're finally home. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe. It's a right improvement over having tree bark in your tadger.
Indeed. Can we actually go in? Yes.
Time to rest.
I'm gonna sleep through winter.
Okay, this'll do.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
A chance to dream. Ooh. Ooh. Gears. What?
What was that?
The ball.
Oh, is this... I'm Batman. Thor. Oh, so that's the actual ending to the story. Interesting. So I'm assuming that is setting up God of War 5, which is going to most likely feature the realms that we couldn't visit in this, Asgard, for example. Really good music in this. Should be noted, I'm just Googling something here. Loki's children. Loki had 3 children. Hel was one of them. Fenrir was the second. The third one is Jormungandr. So the actual world serpent is the son of Loki, who's been thrown back in time from the future. So, yeah. I knew there was more to it than that. So yeah, I've been super impressed with how the elements of mythology have been tied up. And I think I've enjoyed this game particularly because of my love of Norse mythology, and more importantly, bringing up bits and pieces that I haven't thought about or could only half remember, and either changing them in some way so that even the bits that I could remember were slightly different, or just bringing back memories, knowledge that I haven't had to think about in a long time. But yeah, God of War 5, I believe, it's going to take place in the same world. So we're going to get to experience maybe this years later part. And I assume Freya is going to be an antagonist, because we have seriously messed her up. Of course, we can escape Freya very easily by going to any of the other realms. It would be quite interesting if we ended up having to team up with Odin to take down Freya. That would be an interesting narrative twist, considering we've kind of established that Odin and Thor, the other Aesir, are complete bastards. But the enemy of my enemy is... yeah. It would be quite interesting, actually, if they aged Atreus up for the next game. So they did set it a few years later, and they made him, you know, a late teenager or in his 20s or something like that. Just trying to think of any other gods that we might encounter. We've got Heimdall, who hasn't been mentioned much. In this version, Frigg and Freya are the same. Tyr's already dead. So we've got Odin, Balder's dead. Thor, Tyr, Loki. Sif, wife of Thor. Bragi is the god of eloquence and poetry, which is not really going to be much of a thing in this. Forseti is the god of justice, son of Balder. Fairly certain he's not going to be in this. But of course, the whole point is that Kratos' arrival here has changed the course of destiny. Because if I remember correctly, aren't Thor's sons supposed to survive Ragnarok? 22 hours that's taken us to get to this point. I've just checked out the total length of all the footage that I've recorded. That's pretty decent going. That's a nice number, and obviously we've still got a good chunk of stuff that we still have left to do. All the Valkyries, all the Muspel challenges, finishing off the challenges in the Niflheim mazes, all of the ravens, all of the artifacts, all of the treasure maps. All of the secret chambers that we need to unlock, but in the process of doing the Valkyries, we'll sort that. Really good soundtrack. Have I mentioned that? Really good soundtrack. Great voice acting, great storytelling, great technical design. Combat was pretty well thought out in most places. A little bit button mashy at times, but nothing like major. And I imagine on a higher difficulty it will be really quite challenging. There's a definite sense that a lot of the enemies in the game were a chunk easier towards the end when we'd powered up, but at the end of the day, we're the god of war, so I think it's only fair that it's not like one hit or two hit kills on us. Old Norse lyric translation, so they went through actual historical records and stuff to get a lot of the language used in the game spot on. Even in the music. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to what they do next. They've got a good setup here. They've got the stuff with Tyr. Odin's pissed with us. Freya is suitably pissed with us as well, and she's got a giant turtle and a magic boar, who interestingly have disappeared. Magni and Modi are dead. All of the giants seem to be dead, apart from Loki. I just hope it doesn't turn into more of the same of what they did in the original trilogy of God of War. Kratos killing everybody. And I also hope they're quite careful at the start of the next game with the whole depowering thing that they've done before, because that abilities can be a bit frustrating, especially in a game that is slightly more technical. That being said, if you have all of this power from the start, I suppose they could just reset the power level of the enemies and scale everything up again. Make this level of power the baseline. It would be quite cool if you could carry over your save to the next game and import your Kratos as he is, assuming they're not going to make too many technical changes. But of course, by the time God of War 5 comes out, who's to say we won't have a new model of PlayStation by that point? I mean, is a PlayStation 5 in the works? Because God of War 5 on the PS5 would make for a pretty impressive launch lineup. Don't know whether they'll do that, but I can kind of imagine Sony and Santa Monica Studios working together on something like that. It's taken them long enough to get to God of War 4. See, I was thinking, just looking at the the credits rolling down here, I was thinking as we were making our way back down that mountain with the credits rolling down the right side of the screen, it's like, that could not be all of the people that were responsible for the creation of this game. There must have been more to it than that. And, yeah, there clearly is. We've had a good 10, 15 minutes maybe worth of credits here. The art in this game. There was so many times when I just had to stop and look at the scenery, at what was going on, at all of those little details. So much thought and care and attention have been put into the tiniest bits and pieces. I think I pointed out right towards the start the texture quality on one of the ladles in Kratos' house, and that continued all the way through. I don't think there was anything really in the entire game where I said, oh, that texture's a bit rubbish, isn't it? It was all the way through of a consistently high quality. I did notice Kratos' beard clipping through his shoulder pad towards the end, but apart from that, I don't think I noticed anything really odd or off in that regard, which again was really impressive. I think this music's just on a loop now. Highlander. I kind of want to go back and play the previous games now, but of course they're going to be so different and so much of a downgrade graphically and artistically and acoustically to this, that I don't know how much I'd enjoy them. I do want to go and play Ghost of Sparta though, because that is the one that I've missed as far as I can remember. I know a lot of people skip credits, and I do on occasion if it's a game that I haven't, super duper enjoyed. But for most games, if I've had a good time and I've appreciated the work that has been done, whilst all these names scrolling down, I've got no idea that I'm watching them. I like to feel that this is my way of saying thanks. This is my way of appreciating all the effort that they've put in. I don't know whether that's weird. I don't know whether that makes sense, but that's how I rock and roll. And every now and again, there's an interesting name that I'll note down on a sheet of paper and steal. Always looking for realistic sounding names for people in my stories. And sometimes you'll put a first name and a surname together and think, oh, that sounds weird. Nobody'd ever call them their son or daughter that. Charles Gray. Jared Mustard. See? There's an ideal example. Jared Mustard. Who would come up with the name Jared Mustard? Well, I'm assuming Mr. and Mrs. Mustard. Would you ever have thought of Mustard as a surname? No. This is another one of the reasons why I like reading credits. It's true though, these are going on for quite some time. Global Information Technology. GIT. Just thinking back to that ending with Thor, why did it take him several years to turn up? I mean, there's no protection around Thor's house anymore. Around Kratos' house anymore. They don't have the mark that Freya gave them. That rubbed off. Maybe Thor was busy? Speculation, but what's going to happen in the next one? I also have to wonder if any of the details change depending on whether you've, helped out the Valkyries and stuff like that. Because they are significant characters in lore, in the mythology. Ice Team. The best thing actually about having finished the story is that now I do not need to worry about spoilers for the main story on social media or on YouTube. I was getting a little bit paranoid about that, and I'm glad the twists at that final section of the story weren't spoiled for me. I think I speculated ages ago that Faye was likely to be either a god or a giant. I can't remember whereabouts in the game it was. In fact, it might have been just after Atreus said that not all of the giants were huge, where it first kind of was seeded in my mind. And I thought, oh, that'd be an interesting twist. But the fact that Atreus is Loki is unexpected. I didn't see that coming at all. Probably because I've got too much of the Thor and Loki stuff from the Marvel movies. It's so prevalent in culture at the moment. Of course, that's not how it actually worked, even in the original myth. Which is why I didn't put Faye and Lao Fei together, because in Marvel, as I think I've said already, he's the king of the Frost Giants. He's massive and powerful and male. And I couldn't think of any other characters off the top of my head that had the Fae in their names. This is a pretty epic mix of music, actually. I'm rather tempted to take the audio track from the game for this and to render that out as an MP3 to listen to. Now, I've got the album. I've bought the game soundtrack. But I don't think all of this music's on it. I'm assuming these credits finish at some point. We are up to 30 minutes, almost. Well, no, 22 minutes, I think it is, of credits. Plus the little bit of travel and cutscene. Olga Pastel. I wonder what point most people found these credits. Because what Kratos does say, "Let's go home, boy." I wonder how many people actually did that. You know, go back to their actual home. Also, I wonder after we finish watching this, where it's going to spawn us back into the world. Penrose, that's a great first name. Hogarth. Who? No. But for a second. I wonder if it's just going to play through the whole soundtrack. Oh, you know, once you get into the open source and font stuff. Oh, present day.
Atreus, are you ready?
Yeah, but I had the weirdest dream. Fimbulwinter was ending, and Thor came for us. Here at the house.
It was only a dream.
But it felt different. It felt real. It felt like the
Prophecy.
future.
Then we will worry about it tomorrow. Today, there are still things we can do. Come.
Boy, come. Yeah, so that's a nice segue back into the main game, and allows us to go and do stuff and continue on, and just round out all the other things that we didn't do. Excellent. Excellent. And that's it for today's episode of God of War. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when there's more, and drop me a follow over at Twitch so you know when I go live. The support is very much appreciated. Until next time, toodle pip.